Hey, what's going on, guys? Shooting here, and I have here some Battlefield 4 gameplay of me just flying around in a jet. But I'm here to talk about the just Battlefield 4 in general, kind of like an informal review on Battlefield 4, like my thoughts so far. So the game's been out for almost a little over a month, I believe now, and I mean it's been pretty solid, but there has been some ups and downs with this game. So I mean, I did stop playing it for a while due to some of these downs, but overall it's been a pretty fun game to play. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, so I'll go over some pros and cons that I think this game has really worked on. So I'll start off with the pros and then I'll work into the cons. First off with the pros, I really want to say that the map design, the overall map layout is really awesome. I love the way DICE actually put time into their map with Levolution and all these little small tweaks that you could do with the map, like turning off lights. Destruction, of course, as always, has been revamped with the new Frostbite engine. And just the way that the map is placed out and just the placement of every spawn points and capture points is really well done. They really put some time into the maps. So I really enjoyed that. Another thing I really enjoyed with Battlefield 4 was customizations. I feel as they kind of went all out on customizations and basically let a player do whatever he wants with his gun and his vehicles. They have so many attachments. They have so many different weapons. Camos for that. You can put camos on your jets, on your helicopter, your tank, your freaking boat. On top of that, you have emblems that you can make that appear on whatever vehicle or weapon you are using. And then you actually get, I don't even know how many knives there are. There's a bunch of different knives that you could have too, which is pretty freaking awesome. Another thing I really did enjoy that DICE added in was like all these small tweaks and features they put in. For example, lean. I know it's been in a lot of previous games, and I mean it hasn't really been that big of a thing. It's been in a bunch of PC games, and you know people have always just shrugged it off as something that's normal to them. But I feel with next gen console coming out and them given the ability to actually put in much more than they were able to, it's going to become a major thing in most FPS shooters now. So I really like the lean function. I really like how they allow you to like open and close crates, for example, on Shanghai if you played the beta, and if you played some Domination, I believe it was, there was like crates scattered across the map where you could actually go inside and you could close them and you could open them out, lean past the crate, and shoot people down, which is really cool. I use that to my advantage a lot. Another thing I really like is Levolution and their dynamic weather. As you can see in this map, it starts out as just a regular peaceful Pacific map with sun shining, and then as time goes on it starts to get hurricane-ish. You get a bunch of wind, a bunch of rain, thunderstorm, and then it increases the effect of the map, makes the map feel a lot cooler. I enjoy the fact that the map actually changes from day, like a nice perfect day, to basically a tropical storm. It just makes the map feel so much cooler, and I really enjoy how DICE did that. Something I would really like to see DICE do is create a map that goes from day to night and add night vision goggles on that map, because that would just be awesome. That'd be I'd play that map forever. That'd probably be the coolest idea ever. So there's an idea for you, DICE. The graphics, of course, really nice thing in this map. They one up the graphics as Battlefield 3. I mean, it's not a whole new jump because, come on, you're not going to get a whole new jump like going from the N64 to a PlayStation. You're not going to get that kind of leap in graphics, but you do get more refined textures, higher quality textures, smoother edges, nice ambient occlusion. So I have this game maxed out on my computer on Ultra, and it's running perfectly. I love how it looks. It looks amazing with ambient occlusion and all. Just all the little details are so refined and out there that it's so nice. The amount of weapons, as I said before, is a really nice thing that DICE also added into their game. There's just a bunch of weapons you could choose from. There's a bunch of sniper rifles. You could have different categories for those classes you have. And I do enjoy how they kind of put Battlefield 4 back to the original Battlefield series. They added Commander mode again. They gave back the same class loadouts where Sniper has the C4 and is basically like the stealth guy that comes up and destroys tanks. So he's not one of those guys that you just kind of worry about off in the corner. He could actually do some major damage now. So I really enjoy that. I like how they put in different med packs. That makes it really cool. How you could have just a single med pack or an all-team med pack that heals everyone. And then, lastly, one of the cons, or the pros that I want to say before I start going into the cons, is the battle packs. I really enjoy battle packs. I feel like it gives people a bigger reward of leveling up. Not only do they get guns and attachments and stuff like that for using weapons and leveling up. But also, with leveling up, you get the chance, or well, you don't get a chance, it's set, but you get battle packs with a certain amount of levels you get, and they're tiered. And it just gives you that much more of, like, an incentive to level up, because you don't know what you're going to get with the battle pack. You don't know if you're going to get some badass camo that you wanted, or some cool-ass gun attachment that you wanted. So, I mean, battle packs are really cool. I like how they added that, and I'm glad it's not some microtransaction knowing EA. So, I mean, that's a really cool thing. I'm glad DICE put that in. So, yeah, now we're going to dive into the cons of this. So, some cons that I did have with Battlefield 4 were some major ones that basically deterred me from wanting to play this game, stopped me from playing this game for a good couple weeks. So, one of the major ones was weapon and vehicle balancing. Weapon balancing, not so much. I mean, the AK-12, if you guys have played this game, you know that gun is just completely ridiculously overpowered. The amount of damage and accuracy it has is ridiculous for a starter gun. Basically, that's like the most used gun in the assault class, which gets really annoying. So, I mean, the AK-12, I believe DICE did something to that, but it's still pretty powerful in my mind, so I don't know, you just gotta wait to see how that turns out. But the one thing that really did turn me away from playing Battlefield 4 was the weapon, or the vehicle balancing. As you can see, I jump in this AA-12 and I just immediately take down this guy, disable him, he can't fly off, and I just destroy his helicopter. And that happens so many times, especially when you're playing on PC. I don't know about consoles, but on PC this happens all the time, and it makes flying just ridiculous. It makes me not even want to fly, and that was a major selling point for this game to me and probably many others. Just the enjoyment of being able to fly around. I know a bunch of people that like to just fly around, and they don't even touch the ground warfare. DICE making these vehicles extremely powerful and being able to disable engines and rotors on helicopters. I know they're trying to go for the realism, but I feel as though once you get disabled, you're basically done. There's nothing you can do to get away from it, and you're just dead. You get so many heat seekers, you get the AAs, you get shot down so quickly. I feel like flight has just been completely annihilated in Battlefield 4. Another thing I want to talk about con-wise is the map size. I feel as though the maps, once again, geared around flight, are more restricted. They don't give you that much freedom as you normally did, so I was kind of upset on that. It was really disappointing that flight wasn't as good as it was in Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 2. So, you know, maybe if DICE can work on that some more, I would give this game a definite 10 out of 10. And, yeah, those are basically the major cons I had. Like I said, weapon balancing isn't that much of a problem. It's the vehicles that were a major problem, and as a Battlefielder, vehicles were a major selling point for this game, something that most of the FPSs didn't have. The amount of epicness these maps have, and, you know, vehicles were supposed to fulfill that, but it feels as though vehicles were kind of left in the ground, and they worked towards more ground combat, trying to make it rival Call of Duty, trying to work on all these minor tweaks they had, and just trying to make, like, Levolution. But I feel as they should have stuck with their basic priorities of vehicles and guns, and then work on Levolution, map design, and stuff like that, because if you don't have the basics worked out, you're not going to have a nice game. So, I mean, weapons are good and all, it's just that I feel as DICE needs to reapproach their weapon balancing for vehicles. AAs on the boats, as I said, are just ridiculously powerful. Not the AAs, I mean the miniguns on the boats, the attack boats, are just so ridiculously powerful. Their rate of fire and damage output that they have are crazy. So, if DICE released a patch that really focused on vehicle balancing and making other vehicles stronger and better, I would definitely give this game a 10 out of 10. As of now, I give it a 7 out of 10. It's an okay game. I would recommend it if you guys really like Battlefield. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. That was my informal review of Battlefield 4. I'll be posting a lot more Battlefield 4 videos in the future. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.